About 4 years ago, someone asked me if I could build a lever control system that uses the game's physics for puzzle-like games. Back then, I built a lever system like that, but I never made a video about it. Better late than never, I would say. And the good thing about this delay is that this second version works much better than my first one. And plus, you don't have to build anything yourself here, since I created a builder script that sets everything up for you. Okay, let's get started. In the first step, you need to copy the code on my GitHub Gist page, which creates all the necessary instances for you. You can find the link to this page down below in the description. In here on that page, click on that button, which is called raw, and then with Control A, you can select all the code. With Control C, copy the code and go back to Roblox Studio. Insert in the workspace a script, open that script, delete the first line and paste in all that code. You should have now 697 lines of code. After that, run your game and you should see now a lever control system, which is a bridge in this case. Don't touch the bridge yet. Go to the workspace and in here you can find a group called YouTube lever. Copy that group with right click and then copy, and then stop your game again. Go to the workspace, select the workspace and paste in this group. So it should look like this right now in your game. And you can now disable or simply delete that first script. Now go to your group called YouTube lever. In here you can find the same script. Open that script and now you have to delete everything from the first line down to line 305, like that. Select all the code above. In here you can read the sentence delete or comment out the code above, and so on. So I will delete my code and remove all the empty lines until the first line of code is local run service. After that, you should test whether this control system is working properly or not. So start your game and go to this control knob and rotate it anti-clockwise like that, and the bridge should close. Okay, that's it. So my control system is working fine. I will stop the game again and now I have to explain some parts of the script. In the next step, I will recommend you to make a small change to your model, and I show you what I mean by that. Go to this position and select this cylinder which is rotated horizontally. Set the transparency temporarily to 1, and then down below you can find a part called output mount and output rotor. They are fully transparent. I want you to set this transparency to 0.5, and it is because of that all the parts which are get rotated, which is this big part and this invisible cylinder part, are welded to this yellow part. And later on, if you remove, let's say, the cylinder, you can't see where this rotated part is, and so therefore it is difficult to weld other parts to this rotating part. Okay, now you can set back the transparency to 0 of this cylinder. Let me explain some parts of the script to you, because most likely you want to change this lever system according to your needs, and therefore you will change the script as well. In line 20 and 21 you see these two parts. This is the output mount and output rotor. They get set fully transparent at the game start. In line 25 you can find a variable called rotated axis, which is set to X right now. So if you want to adjust the rotation axis, you can adjust this here in line 25. Let me show you what I mean by that. If you select the part called output rotor, you can see that the x-axis showing forwards and backwards. So if I would rotate right now this control knob, this bridge would go to the left and right side. Let's say you want this part, this big part, rotate forwards and backwards out from this view. Then you have to adjust this variable to the z-axis. Let's go back to the script and set line 25 to Z and run the game. Now, when I rotate this control knob again, first anti-clockwise, as you can see, it rotates forwards and backwards. So in a 90-degree angle, because this is what I set at min and max angle. So, and if I release this knob, as you can see, this part stays in this position. In line 29, you can tell the script whether angle limits should used or not, and you can set them down here in line 33 and 34. There is a variable called min angle and max angle. It is set right now to 0 and 90. If I select this variable, the first one, use angle limits, and set it to false, and start the game, and I rotate this control knob again, let's see what happens. So it turns now to the left side and also to the right side, and the physics start to glitch out because this part tries to get below this floor, which is of course not possible. Okay, let's reset this variable to true. In line 38, you can adjust the rotation ratio. Right now it is set to 0.25, and that means if you rotate this part by 4 degrees, this output rotor gets rotated by 1 degree. I think this is a reasonable number, because if you set this 1 to 1, it would rotate way too fast in my opinion, but you can do it however you like. Line 42 with the variable called use reset to initial position is pretty important for multiplayer games. Right now it is set to false. Let me adjust this one and set it to true, and I show you what I mean by that. Let's start a game. Now let's rotate this control knob again and let's see what happens. So I rotate it anti-clockwise, the part gets rotated down to the right side. Then I release this knob, it takes 3 seconds and the part rotates back to its initial position. You can adjust this reset time in seconds in line 47. Right now it is set to 3 seconds. And after this, the TweenService kicks in and rotates the part back to its initial position. You can also adjust this rotating time, which is set right now also to 3 seconds. Let's say you want to have a rotating part around the y-axis. Well, you can do this with this control system as well. I will show you that real quick. Let's duplicate the group YouTube lever and put that one aside like this. Okay, then close this script and go to the duplicated one, which is this. I rename it to YouTube lever 2. So, and then I will remove those parts because I don't need them anymore, I think. And then let's delete this cylinder because I don't need it anymore as well. Okay, since this should be a platform, I need to rotate this part as well by, let's say, 90 degrees. And this is our pivot point. So let's move this part a bit aside, and let's also scale this part a bit like that. So right now, if I would rotate this part, it would rotate around the z-axis. Let's open up the script, and here we go. In line 25, I need to adjust this one to y-axis. And if I select the output rotor, you can see where the y-axis is. It points upwards and downwards. So let's run the game and see whether this works as it should. So this is our new part, and I rotate this knob again and nothing happens. Oh yeah, I know why. I forgot to weld this part to the output rotor. Yeah. Okay, let's select this output rotor, which is this yellow part, and go to the weld constraint and weld this part to it. Okay, let's try it the second time and see whether it works or not. There we go. Second try, I rotate this knob anti-clockwise, and as you can see, it rotates back and forth. So I release this knob and I will jump on this platform. Oh yeah, and by the way, all of this rotation is done by physics. So it means when you jump on this part, you will rotate with this part back and forth. Okay, I guess that's it. I think I have mentioned everything that is important about this lever system. You can use it and have fun with it. So if you have any question to this lever system, simply leave a comment down below. Okay, have a good one.